For more on campaign 2016, including the shortening short lists for vice president, we're joined by Azi Paybarah, senior reporter for Politico, rather. Sorry, Azi. Good morning.
Good morning.
Welcome. So if Donald Trump's mission, partly in this speech, was to try to continue to unify the Republican Party, how successful was he?
He gave some Republicans reasons to be concerned. He makes a flip remark about a plane overhead, possibly being from Mexico, ready to attack us. And it's the kind of message that gets laughs in the room, but sends a signal to the establishment that this guy is still not disciplined. And more broadly, this is how he views the country right next door to us, as some kind of oppositional force that needs to be contended with.
You mentioned discipline. When you look at the numbers right now, Hillary Clinton looks to have anywhere from a 2 to 12-point lead.
Right.
What does he need to do? What would be the disciplined way to approach to gain some more momentum?
Would be to talk about the economy with respect to Obama's policies and what Hillary Clinton would do. He's made free trade agreements the central point. He had a speech in front of a lighting company that had closed down. It didn't close down because of NAFTA, but still it was symbolic of the economy that is still struggling, that he's arguing about. He needs to talk about that. He needs to stop referring to Mexico and other places as the reason why a particular company is closing down.
Right.
But he is having trouble staying on message. He seems to be addicted to conspiracy theories, and he keeps on talking about random things, and that's the concern that people have.
Let's look at the VP short list, because the names that keep popping up are former New Jersey Governor Chris Christie and former House Speaker Newt Gingrich.
Right.
What did they do for Donald Trump?
For Christie, it gives him a loyalist. He was one of the first people to come around and endorse him. It gives him someone who, like Trump, is very adept at speaking bluntly. People just have this idea that he sort of tells it like it is. And that's something that he sort of really admires in surrogates. Now, with the other person, there is a question about whether or not...
Newt Gingrich, yeah.
For Newt Gingrich, there was a question about whether his support of NAFTA earlier would sort of disqualify him. Now, Gingrich has tried to qualify it and say, well, that was a while ago. We're in a different era right now. But it's hard to attack Hillary Clinton for NAFTA when the person you're running with helped pass it.
What about Hillary Clinton's options for VP? A lot of people have been talking about Elizabeth Warren, which would be exciting because it would be two women. As a woman, that's exciting.
Right.
Is she
never
realistic?
Happened before.
Yeah, of course.
She's realistic, and she has a quality that Hillary Clinton sort of admires, and the supporters admire, which is she gets under Donald Trump's skin. Now, Elizabeth Warren's qualifications are unquestioned in respect to arguing about income inequality and the problems in the financial industry. The question is politically, does that add anything to the ticket that Hillary Clinton doesn't already bring? So there's questions about Tim Kaine, he was on the short list for Barack Obama. Can he come forward and sort of bring more of a centrist view that might be required? Hillary Clinton and the Bernie Sanders supporters are expected to sort of like come together. Can he help shore that up?
All right. Azi Paybarah, thanks. It's going to be really interesting to see what happens there. Tomorrow morning on Face the Nation here on CBS, John Dickerson's guests will include Senator John McCain and Senator Lindsey Graham.